A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Jadiel Kabiro here for today's political conversation. A conversation that I hope will be simple, truthful, and unbiased as it has always been. My name, as I've said, is Jadiel Kabiro here with Herman Manyora. Sir, welcome. Karibu sana.
Unbiased.
Long time no see.
I'm okay.
You say hard hitting.
Hard hitting, but unbiased.
Okay, let's take a look at what is happening. Nomination crisis in both camps. Deputy President William Ruto trying his level best to mitigate chaos that might arise once nominations are over. Cleophas Malala now stepping in to be the gubernatorial aspirant, with Senator Boni Halali, the former one, being pushed back to vie for the senatorial position. Also, we saw the same thing in Narok. Women rep deciding to support former CS, and also the MP that wanted to become the governor also stepping back. This is the good move that you wanted to see in both Raila and Ruto, trying to deal with this thing before it deals with them later.
It's good,
Yeah.
except they are casualties. And I sympathize with my friend Boni Halwale because he left this seat in 2017. And I told him on live TV many times. We used to share a program,
Yeah.
10 TV.
Yeah.
I told him, and incidentally with Hassan Omar also, leaving a safe seat of Senate, go and sit Joho and Halwale to sit Opera. I told them, please, you are wasting your time. So he's going back to that which was his for the taking. Nobody would have even challenged him. Now he's going back. And it's unfortunate because he could also lose.
It's not a sure bet for him?
No. Of course, he starts as a front runner, but he could lose. Yeah.
What do you think then of the DP's move?
It's a
what
good
he's
move.
doing right
it's
now?
Brilliant. Wonderful move. Because if you don't do that, you'll be a casualty. If Azimio doesn't do the same, they will have UDA controlling parliament and counties.
Do you think this is the first step towards getting now your campaigning getting on track? Because when we saw Malala and Boni Halwale clashing, it seems like Boni was not even part of their campaigns, but now he's saying he's ready now to look for the same, ready now to make Ruto president. Is this what we're waiting to see in the next couple of months?
Yeah, it is good. But sometimes to get energy to do that when you are Boni Halwale is also not easy. Let's not blame people. Let's not blame Azimio for not doing it. It's not an easy thing. If you look at Western Kenya now, DAP associated with Wamunyinyi and Eugene Wamalwa, they want a foothold. And they are fighting against our coalition partner, ODM.
Yeah.
So that is to be expected because it's politics. But if they don't manage it along the lines of what Ruto is doing, they will be casualty. They will suffer. They'll pay for it.
Do you think it will be so difficult to, you once said that most of these people will not be campaigning for the presidency, but they will be looking for their own positions in their own regions. Is this what we're going to look at?
But it is both ways. When you have many people campaigning down there, it also excites the populace down there. Put them in the campaign mood, in the politics, in voting. So they mobilize. So more people will turn out because of the contest up down there. So it's also good. But at the same time, that competition may kill some of the votes for the presidential candidate.
You know, we've just talked about the Democratic Action Party and their race between, together with ODM. They're saying they are not agreed in any kind of zoning.
It is difficult. If they don't agree, I can tell them in a broad line like this, they will pay for it. They will be wiped out.
So do you think
they will be licked?
Should they go the zoning way?
Maybe I come from Vihiga County. If Manenda stands on DAP, Hani stands on some UPD, whatever it is called, associated with Jirongo, and the current governor stands on ODM, and Agoi stands supported by the entire Kenya Kwanza Brigade, UDA, NC, and what have you, they will lose. Agoi will become governor. It's as simple as that.
So you mean for coalitions they have to agree on
and because also Akaranga is also associated with leaning more towards Azimio. So you have 3 or 4 strong candidates on the side of Azimio competing one candidate in Kenya Kwanza. He will lick them.
So you mean to advise them that they all need to agree on zoning? Is this also going to be the same thing with UDA?
It's important. It's only logical. It's political logic.
Some parties to step aside.
Look at Nairobi. Let's say UDA continues in the same way, and therefore they bring Sakaja and Margaret Wanjiru, Bishop Wanjiru together, and they agree on Sakaja or Margaret Wanjiru. On the other hand, Tim Wanyonyi, Richard Ngatia, Agnes Kagure, and I don't know who else in Azimio, all go to the wire. They participate, some of them in ODM elections, lose, go independent, and they face Sakaja or Margaret Wanjiru. It's a no-brainer. They will lose against Margaret or against Sakaja. It's obvious.
When you look at it, though, as you're putting it, when this be injurious to the coming president, their president from their coalition, once you say we are going to, let's say, Ruto supports Sakaja, will not have the governor's position of Nairobi, but it will go to ANC. Don't you think later on, if there comes a fallout between ANC and UDA, it's going to hurt Deputy President William Ruto?
If he's president.
Yes.
Those are things coalitions are very difficult to manage. Those are things you have to live with, things to anticipate, work out how to handle them when they come, how to manage them, but they are there.
No way to resolve them.
Coalitions are not easy to manage. Never anywhere in the world. Go to Israel where they are common. Go to other countries. Go to even the UK. Go to India. They are not easy. But working together with strange people. It's never easy.
So you'd say then this is a mistake, Deputy President William Ruto agreeing to form a coalition with Musalia Mudavadi.
It would have been ideal if you could go it alone. If you could win alone, that would be a very ideal situation. The Conservative Party in UK would want to win Mansolo and form government Mansolo. They would want. That's the ideal situation. But you'll be forced to bring other parties that come with some very ridiculous, very funny demands. And you have, before they sign so that you can form government, you'll have to concede. Just okay, you green parties, we shall, it's so coalitions by their very nature are very difficult to manage. So ideally, UDA would have been very happy to go it alone. And they tried, but they realized this is Kenya. You need other people to win. So then now they are back with the coalition which they were castigating. They are back with the tribal parties, regional briefcase parties, because this is Kenya. I told them, no, you are here when I kept saying.
That they'll have to form a coalition.
The fullness of time. They are there.
Look at Raila now, former Prime Minister. Western region and the Western region itself has been his bedroom. He's been getting votes from there. He has governors there. If DAP comes up with these demands, does this mean that it'll have a fallout between ODM and DAP? Because right now Raila needs to get the seats he had before.
It will not be a fallout between ODM and DAP. It's just supremacy. And if Wamalwa becomes stubborn with Omnyinyi, and because Raila requires their support for presidents, he will give in. So you say, okay, field. Okay. May the best man win. But they will not win. None of them will win anywhere. Not in Kakamega, not in Bungoma, not even in Busia. They will not win.
So you mean Raila doesn't have to agree to zoning? Is that what you mean?
No, he may be forced to let people do it the way they want. The most logical thing to do is to zone. It is easier to deal with it at that level than wait for people to go in different parties. Also within ODM, there will be independents springing out of them, those who lose. So you'll have like 4, 5 candidates strong in any county from the Azimio side, fighting against one candidate from Kenya Kwanza. I don't see them winning.
When you look at the deadline now, 10 days window after primaries, can someone go as an independent and still be able to win?
I want to advise candidates to now that the window has closed for political parties, think of 2027. Independent, it will not be easy. It will be very difficult, but there will be people. And it's going to be very difficult. Just to give you another example, because I need to bring this home. Let's go to Kakamega. There's Malala on the side of UDA, on the side of Kenya Kwanza. And he's alone.
Yes.
Then you have Fernand Baraza, strong candidate, ODM. Then DAP is going to give this ticket either to the deputy governor, I think to the deputy governor, current Professor Kutima. He's also a strong person, not outgoing, looking a little this way, but the arithmetics favor him in terms of regions. You get it? So DAP gives that one. Then ODM has Fernando Baraza. Then maybe there will be an independent from the side of who will not win with Baraza or with the... And then, there are going to be like 3 candidates facing Malala. He will beat them. Simple like that. You don't need to be a genius to see it. They're the numbers and they're on the table.
So 2 things are for sure. You need coalitions to win presidency.
Yes.
And you also need zoning to get seats.
To get seats.
In your coalition.
If they don't, and I have said this, let me say it now again. If they don't do zoning, if they don't have the courage, I'm talking about Azimio, UDA will control the counties and will control parliament. And you have never seen hell until you let William Ruto control parliament when you are Raila Odinga in the State House. That's when you know what hell looks like.
Inching closer and closer if things don't go as you say.
Yes. So you have to do zoning, which is logical. Avoid losing obvious seats. There are certain seats that are obviously for Azimio. Why would you want to lose them?
No.
Because you lack the courage to look at somebody in the face. Raila must sit with Eugene Wamalwa and Wamnyinyi and tell them, you please stay in Bungoma
In Trans Nzoia.
and Trans Nzoia. Leave Kakamega, Busia and Vihiga alone. That's the only way we shall survive. But if you give people tickets in Vihiga, in Kakamega, we will lose. It's a no-brainer.
Okay, the defection date is here with us.
It has already passed.
Actually, it has already passed.
Yes.
Now you cannot move to any other party.
No, unless somebody changes the law.
Look at what is
the High Court refused to suspend the law
It
on
actually
Friday.
did, yes.
That meant the deadline has come. Even if because the hearing, I think, is on 28th and onwards and blah,
Yes,
blah, blah.
yeah.
By the time it is through, elections will be over.
Now, look at someone like Mike Sonko has gone to Wiper, Olelenko has gone to ODM, Deputy President William Ruto has got Governor Tanui. Would you say that, which side would you say has gotten the right number of people, the right kind of people when you look at the defections?
We want to see, look at the list properly. For now, we may not say. I think it's more or less 50-50. Yeah. But, I think the person who has gotten the most is Jubilee. For our party, people had written off. People had written off Jubilee.
Yes.
But now it has strong names. It has people.
Yeah.
And people had written them off. So I think on the balance of really looking at it that way, I think you could argue that the Jubilee has harvested most. Because we had written it off.
And this one all goes to the Azimio side.
And there's Azimio. So I think if you look at that, I think Azimio has gotten more.
Oh.
But listen, give me half a second.
Yeah.
Do I have it?
You have it. Half a second.
Anybody who thinks this thing is over, they ain't seen nothing yet. There are no defections. Your topic today was defections. Hakuna defections. Zinakuja.
Even after the deadline.
Wacha hii ya political. Zinakuja.
What does this mean? Where will you go and the law doesn't give you the permission to go anywhere?
People are going to wait at the last moment when it injures somebody most. And this will come from the side of Azimio. Hurting the side of Kenya Kwanza. You take it to the bank. Wait and see. Including people who have been planted in Kenya Kwanza. They are there. Especially around the mountain. They will live at moments to be so hurting to Kenya Kwanza. You wait and see. You ain't seen nothing yet.
We ain't seen nothing yet. Look at it though. When you look at this defection, when you look at party hopping right now, as you're calling them, what is the procedure of it? Is it gather everyone, try, as you put it, not scatter anyone, or do you look at the impact this person is bringing? Because there is this likelihood of conflict when someone comes to your party and there's someone you already agreed on.
There's the realities of politics, which you can't ignore. If Sakaja has come and with Malala, and they are instrumental in bringing Mudavadi, you have to listen to them. You have to talk to Margaret Wanjiru.
Yeah.
You have to talk to Bone Khalwale. Tell him, please, this thing is, I know how painful it is, but if we must win the presidency, let's give them this. We'll look at you in another way, please. And Ruto has a sweet tongue.
Yeah.
Raila is a nice person.
Yeah.
He fears to face people. That's his problem. And he's not a good boardroom negotiator. He's a field officer. He's a field general. Mobilizing people. Organizing coalitions. You can't beat Raila. But boardroom, no. I think it's not good.
So he needs some help in that department.
He needs that. He needs men around him who can bring these people. Human beings may look very tough when they're outside. But if you put them on a table, they see reason. They see sense. They change. Because Raila is a reasonable man. In situations like those, he finds it difficult to put his foot down. Yeah. So he needs some people. He needs a team. And that team will have people who have the intelligence, who have the toughness, who have the persuasive power to convince Eugene Wamalwa and Wafula Wamnyinyi. Please, in the interest of the bigger picture, just remain in. We may beg you to allow the Saboti MP, who is ODM, anaitwa Caleb Amisi, Only that one. Give us only that one. But the rest take all.
So that's how they usually talk in the boardroom.
Yeah, that's how you talk. Then they tell you, oh, if we must give, even this one will go. Then you say, okay, subject him to nominations in your party. At least he's a good boy. That they must do. Let them fail to do. And I've told you this. Parliament will be we are going to have a parliament for the first time.
Okay, let's find
We've never had a parliament.
Let's find the conversation, but with one question. Speaker Justin Muturi said he cannot declare seats vacant even as people are defecting. Now we are having people defecting to other parties and they're still members of other parties. What would you call this? A constitutional crisis?
No, it's just rubbish. The Speaker, High Court, they are all missing the point. They are missing the point. Some are even bringing issues you can't bring in court. That what will happen, the parliament may be crippled. Wrong. We have 349 members of parliament. The quorum is 50. There is no way defectors can go below 50. There's no way you can have the National Assembly moving from 349 to 49. Point number one. Point number two, the Speaker has no eyes. Muturi has no eyes in parliament. So even one person can pass a law. He has no eye. The Speaker is not supposed to see. The Speaker is supposed to be told, Mr. Speaker, sir, we have no quorum. He's not supposed to see. That is how it is. That's the practice. The Speaker can't see. And therefore, there can be no way Parliament can get numerically to a point where it can't pass laws. Never. County assemblies. It is not possible logically that you will have everybody defecting. And in the event they're all defected, and the Speaker has no eyes, even that one person will pass that one law. In any case, which laws are being passed between now? Budget's being read a couple of weeks from now. And even that budget, it can be passed by one MP. So the Speaker has no point. The laws that were passed, they never invalidated the existing laws that say once you defect, you lose your seat. No. They are operational laws.
So we cannot say that we don't have MPs now that some have defected.
No, the MPs who have defected, official, now it's not even a question of arguing like, tribunal, you go to court. No. In order to move from Jubilee to contest on UDA, the law required that you defect and you do so in writing. Me and you can leave one party and go to another party through the e-citizen, by writing or by e-citizen. But them, they were supposed to go physically and deliver the resignation, and then they are put in new parties. So the list is there. All is required is that list to be tabled before Parliament, and they lose their seats. And there is no harm that will happen to the country to the extent there is no way Parliament can miss 50 people with all these defections. And even if they became 10, the Speaker has no eyes.
Looking at it though.
You know what I mean by Speaker has no eyes? You understood?
He's supposed to.
He's not supposed to know the quorum. Until he's told.
Finally, let me ask you this then. If that comes to happen, we lose MPs vacate their seats. Will we be having a country?
Why not? Why not?
Knowing that I don't have an MP at my place.
So what does your MP do now? In the 3-4 months coming? They're just drawing salaries. Those salaries, let me tell you, in functional societies, two things. One, they will have to refund those salaries. And all the money they earned. They were earning the money legally. They will have to refund in a functional society at some point. And let me tell you, as today, the MPs who have defected will one day pay that money. Take it to the bank.
One day.
One day they will pay. Because you are earning a salary. You are not an MP. And you are earning. You will pay that money. Secondly, in a functional society, by dint of chapter 6, for example, of integrity, they are not supposed to stand. IBC is not supposed to clear them. Anybody who continues to earn a salary, when they are not MPs, do not have the integrity threshold to vie for an elective seat. And IBC should not clear them. Let's not play with... Omtata can move to court and say, this man has been earning for the last 2 months. He's not supposed to stand for an election. By dint of chapter 6, operation of chapter 6. He doesn't meet the integrity threshold. Because he's an open thief. So MPs who draw salaries after defecting are thieves. And by operation of Chapter 6 and Article 10, they are not supposed to stand for elections. And even if they stand and they go to Parliament, let me tell you, in the fullness of time, some of these guys will be evicted from Parliament. By operation of that law. They will refund the monies they will have earned and they will lose their seats.
Some will tell you this is Kenya. These things don't happen here.
How many things are happening in Kenya we
here.
never imagined it could happen? Including the president being stopped from doing certain things. Who would have imagined? There are things that the country is changing. We are evolving. And laws are being operationalized. People are moving to court and they're getting orders. Some of them, of course, are being ignored. But you can imagine where we are today vis-a-vis 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So these MPs,
wajichunge. Until we do have these conversations again, thank you so much for tuning in. The time is up. Until we do have them, have yourself a lovely rest of your day.